Welcome everyone, I'm Gator Tiffs, and today I'm doing part 5 with Asta met Noelle early. Now, before the recording, I'm recording this literally straight after part 4. So, sorry if I'm tired or I keep stumbling words with lots of cuts. So yeah, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you want new what ifs. I don't know, I'm tired. Of course, also, mate, if you ever want any what ifs, just comment them. I'll do them. If you have any what if ideas, I'll do them. If you want me to progress other what ifs I have, and then I'll do them. Of course, again, part 4 I mentioned this, but I'm focusing on 3 what ifs. But yeah, anyways, so let's actually get started. Now, we last left off in Yami sending the group of Noelle, Asta and Luck to go to the dungeon that showed up near the Clover Kingdom and Diamond Kingdom's borders, as a team of 3 would leave to go to the dungeon. Now let's start. As we skip to see Asta, Noelle and Luck in the dungeon, as they'd walk a few seconds till Luck would activate his magic and launch himself. "Hey, where are you going?" shouted Asta. "Sorry, there's some pretty strong guys deep in," responded Luck. Asta tried to chase after him, only to be grabbed by Noelle by his robe, just in time as the axe would swing where Asta was. "You idiot," said Noelle. "There's traps." "Yeah, I can see that." As Luck would be dashing forward, he would purposefully set off the traps. With fire plants, water rocks, more fire, and an assortment of weapons and more fire would seemingly be coming out of the walls. "Well, crap," said both Asta and Noelle at the same time. It took some time as the pair would manage to get past the traps, using Noelle's Dragon's cradle and Asta's anti-magic sword to destroy any of the traps and manage to get past Noelle's spell. As the two would think it was over for now, as Noelle would try to rest it on a brick wall, only for one of the bricks to be pushed into the wall, activating another trap. Some massive plant would grow from the ground, picking up both Asta and Noelle. However, as the pair would be scrambling to get free, a wind arrow would cut the plant in half, as both Asta and Noelle would fall, hitting the ground. Though as Asta looked up, you see a familiar face. "Hey Asta, Noelle," said Yuno, floating down with a smile. "Yuno," said Asta. "What are you doing here?" asked Noelle. As Yuno would land, he would be followed by Mimosa and Klaus. And Yuno explained that he was also chosen to go to the dungeon with his team. As Yuno would introduce Mimosa and Klaus to Asta. Klaus making sly remarks about the Black Bulls, and that seemingly Asta and Noelle's teammate had already dead or ran away. Hearing this, both Asta and Noelle would tighten their fists in response to the comment, as the pair would start getting into a heated argument with Klaus. "And Noelle, you're royal, so act like it. Why are you surrounding yourself with those pathetic peasants like him?" Klaus being cut off by a fist to the face from Noelle, sending him to the ground. So Mimosa would run to Klaus to heal him. Noelle would start to walk over to Klaus. "What the hell did you just say?" said Noelle. "Be there to Asta again, and I'll make sure not even the gods could save you." As Klaus would get up. "I see. You seem to have misjudged the situation. I can't believe a royal would say such things. You don't even deserve to be a royal." Hearing this, Noelle would pull back her fist, but her arm would be caught by Asta. "Noelle, stop," he said. Fine, if you say so," Noelle responded. Asta would also walk up to Klaus and punch him. Then would walk back some steps, as he would say, "Fine, if you're so much better. And how about a race where whoever finds the treasure first wins?" "Is better," he would say. "Come on, Noelle. Bye, Yuno." As the pair would walk off, Yuno would have wide eyes, looking at Asta, but that shocked expression would turn a smirk, as if he knew something. As we cut to see Asta and Noelle in the tunnel. "Hey Asta," Noelle said. "Sorry for what happened back there. It's just what you said about—" "It's fine," Asta said, cutting off Noelle. "Really, it's fine. I really wanted to beat him up as well. Right, but what about the bet? We don't have any way of finding the treasure before the Golden Dawn." "Who cares about that bet?" "Huh? I mean, really, if that Klaus guy really wants to prove his point in beating us, then so be it." "I don't think I understand. It's simple, really. If he finds the treasure before us, then we don't need to search for it. Plus, if we do find it first, then it doesn't matter. We're going to get paid the same amount anyways. Also, I never stated any rule or the price. So you're using them, yep." "When did you get so smart?" muttered Noelle. "What was that?" "Nothing." "Okay, anyways, can you sense Luck?" "Yeah, why?" "Good, we need to find him." "Why?" "Well, knowing him, he's probably gonna get onto some serious trouble. Oh, going to find him. Plus, I don't think we would want to face the other Black Bulls if on our second mission, our teammate died." Yeah, that makes sense, responded Noelle, still wondering why and how Asta's acting so smart, as Asta would continue turning back to face Noelle with a smile. Plus, remember our promise? As we were cut to see Luck fighting Lotus from the Diamond Kingdom. As much of the chamber the two were fighting in would be covered in Lotus's smoke magic surrounding Luck. However, as Luck would detect Lotus in the smoke, would dodge with ease, being able to sense Luck's mana as soon as he enters the smoke, allowing him to perfectly dodge Luck's attacks. Luck still smiling. As this would continue until Luck would be standing upright, breathing heavily. As Lotus would see this as an opportunity for the picking, he would go in to attack Luck, propelling himself with his smoke on his feet. However, in mid-air, Lotus would be hit by a water stream, redirecting him, as he would pick himself up to see Noelle. Too long after Noelle's distraction, Asta would appear behind the Lotus, hitting him in the back with an anti-magic sword. This sending Lotus into the cloud of his own smoke, catching him and carrying him into depths of the smoke to heal a bit. So Asta and Noelle would land in front of Luck, ready to make a plan to beat Lotus with Luck. As we would make the same plan as in canon, which I forgot really what it was, but yeah. As Lotus would come back with an annoyed look, as Luck would work with Asta and well, executing the plan, defeating Lotus, who'd run away in this smoke vehicle things. I'm not going to tell what that plan was. This video's going to be too long for me editing. As we cut back to see Asta and Noelle telling Luck off for running off, and that he needs to trust in his friends. As we see Luck's flashback to his time with his mother to her grave, to Luck with the black balls the whole time with a smile. As now the team of Noelle and Asta and Luck would go to find the treasure for the sake of it. Cut to Klaus and Mimosa standing in front of a large black door, which is the door to the treasure room. Ha! Guess those black balls are more pathetic than I thought, boasted Klaus. If you can't act big, then you better be able to hold yourself up. Shut up, said What was that? I'm your superior. As got to be cut off by Yuna, pulling him down as a projectile made from seeming minerals would embed itself into the wall where Klaus was standing. Damn weaklings, said the man walking into the sight of everyone. This man was tall, well built, with pointed silver hair pointing up with gems lodged in his forehead. My name is Mars of the Diamond Kingdom, and you are weak. As he said this, Mars would shoot more mineral rocks at Yuno responding with an equal amount of wind bullets, destroying each other's attacks, as the two would gradually get more and more at each other's barrages. As it would go until Mars would launch a boulder-sized hub of minerals towards Mimosa and Klaus. Seeing this, Yuno would destroy the boulder only for it to explode in a cloud of dust of sorts. As Yuno would use his wind to push back the dust cloud, but would be met by Mars with his arm up, with a massive mineral sword forming around it, as Mars would send the sword down onto Yuno. As Yuno would think, well, fuck. But Yuno's thoughts would be cut off by a sword suddenly stopping as he would look up to see Asta holding his sword, using it to stop Mars' sword. Howdy, said Asta. Took you long enough, responded Yuno. So you got held up by a guy called Lotus. So you were the ones that defeated Lotus, said Mars, putting more pressure down. But I'm not like him. I'm not weak. As Asta turned his head around to face Mars. We'll see about that. As he said this, Asta would cut Mars' sword in half. What? Said a shocked Mars. Now! Shouted Asta, as the head of a water dragon would be sent at Mars, sending him into a wall. As we had seen Noelle getting out of a very rich mound of water, so that Mars would sense her, and running to Asta's side. Did we get him? Though as she said this, Mars would burst out of the wall, with a more stern look to his face, if that's possible. As he would leap on the ground, he would cast a spell, making around 20 mineral copies of himself towards Asta and Noelle. As Asta would charge in with Noelle backing him with spells, the two most perfectly working together, with Asta riding Noelle's magic and helping guide it to his target. Now after some fighting later, Asta would charge up towards Mars and engage in combat with him, a sword fight with Asta continuously destroying Mars' swords, until eventually Asta would be hit by Mars' fist, coating hard gems, as he would go and also hit Noelle. This sending Asta and Noelle into different walls, partially knocking Asta out, as Mars would walk up to Asta looking down on him. Die, weakling, he said, manifesting a sword. However, before he could, a wind bud would smash the sword, with another hitting Mars in the side, causing him to stumble onto the ground, but would get up soon, seeing Yuno standing up, with Mimosa finishing healing him. As Yuno would shoot more and more wind arrows at Mars, with Mars responding with his own mineral arrows. As Yuno would create multiple large mini tornadoes. He's picking up the mineral arrows and shooting them back at Miles. Miles blocking the attacks by making a mineral wall. As we see in the background, Mimosa running towards Asta's side. As you know, Miles would continue with the combat, with Miles eventually overwhelming Yuno with his attacks. However, suddenly Asta would get up and hit Miles on his side, finishing Miles. As both Asta and Yuno would be breathing heavily, they would walk towards Klaus. Both say, "Don't want to overestimate commoners." As Asta would turn around to see Noelle still knocked out. Seeing this, Asta would panic. "Hey, whatever your name is, kind healer lady, heal her quickly." Yes, said the kind healer lady, rushing to Noelle. Seeing how Asta and Yuno was, Klaus would grit his teeth and stand up. "You only got lucky," he said, scolding. "That's it. You're just lucky that I've got taken by surprise. Your magic allows you to move that heap of rusty metal. But I've got no excuses from your pathetic assistance. If anyone else from the Golden Dawn, or even any other squad, then that man would be defeated much quicker." "Hey, you're welcome," said Asta. "Anyways, how do we open this door?" Klaus said, ignoring Asta. "Hey, don't ignore me. Leave it, Asta," said Yuno. "He's not worth it." "Yeah, I know, but he's still a pain." "Huh? What happened?" said Noelle, now slowly getting up with Mimosa still healing her. As Asta would run up to hug Noelle, her blushing but would hug him back. Asta, can you get off her, please?" said Mimosa, red a little. "I still need to heal her." "Oh, sure. So are you okay? You look kind of red." "Oh, as Asta would be picked up by Yuno. "Come on, Asta," Yuno said. As Asta would be picked up by Yuno. "Come on, Asta," Yuno said with a smirk. As Yuno would put Asta down in front of the door. "Once you were flirting with Noelle, I came to the conclusion that this door is made from mana, meaning we need you to destroy it." "Oh, sure," Asta responded, taking out his sword and cutting the door in half with ease, ignoring Yuno's comment. "How did he?" thought Klaus. As the door would fall apart, it would reveal a large room covered and full of riches, with a group of black bulls and Golden Dawn would walk in, with Luck also appearing out of nowhere. "Wait a second, where were you?" shouted Asta, pointing at Luck. "Thought you promised to work with us from now on." "Oh, there, you left me," responded Luck. "What?" said both Asta and Noelle. As we flashback see Asta and Noelle, Luck would be running trying to find the treasure room. As Noelle would sense a sudden spike of Yuno's mana, as another person's mana she didn't recognize, that seemed more stronger than Yuno's. As Asta and Noelle would sprint to where Noelle had sensed the mana, leaving Luck behind. As we would cut back to the present with Asta bowing for forgiveness. We are very sorry." "What he said?" Noelle said. "It's fine," said Luck. "Most importantly, was he strong?" "Of course," replied Asta. "He was crazy strong." "Really?" "Yeah." As we cut away from Asta describing his fight with Master Luck, to Yuno standing in front of a pedestal holding a rolled up piece of paper. I would reach out to touch the paper, only on contact it to simply start to disappear. However, as it did, Yuno would feel a lot of mana rushing into him. As we would cut back to Asta, who was in the progress of having a skull indented by Nero's beak, leading Asta to a wall. "What is it?" questioned Asta. "It's just a wall." Before Asta could figure out what Nero was requesting, a sudden large area around the door where Klaus was would come crushing down, as a large light blue fist would be there. "Yeah." "What the?" said Asta, pulling out his sword. "Mr. Klaus!" shouted Mimosa, in a shock at Klaus's buried body in the rubble. As Miles would be walked in, piloting a massive suit made from crystals, with his actual body surrounded by flames that seemed to be healing him. "What, 2 types of magic?" "This is a product of the Time and Kingdom's research. Now die," said Miles, throwing his massive fist at the group. Yuno using his wind to delay Miles' attack to let Mimosa get out of the way, only for the punch to break through the wind and send a fist into Yuno, sending him flying. As Miles returned to Mimosa and pulled back his arm, only for a water blast to hit his body, putting out flames. Miles would pull back his arm and launch an attack in the well. But right before the hit would land, it would be suddenly stopped. "Asta!" shouted Noelle, revealing that Asta had stopped the attack once again. The attack sending him through a wall once again. But as Asta would look up, he'd see a sword with Nero flying in and landing on top of it. As Asta would force himself up, he would grab the sword, cut back to Noelle after Asta had been sent through the wall, as she had also taken a massive hit from Mars, leaving her on the ground. You're all weak, stated Mars, once again. If we're so weak, then why aren't we dead then? Said Asta, stepping out. Asta, said Noelle. Asta, looking at Noelle on the floor, he would feel something like anger, as he would grow a tiny black wing on his back. I'll tell you why. We're not dead yet because we have something to live for. Asta would charge forward, both full swords in his hand. This tiny transformation, which I say would be around like 30% of Asta's original Black Asta transformation. Anyways, this would make Asta more stronger than Mars, basically. As Asta would be charging, you instantly cut off one of Mars's legs, causing Mars to fall to the one knee, allowing Asta to get up to Mars's real body and cut off one of his arms, and cut him out with a suit of source, and lock him out, disabling Mars's flames. Now we would skip to after as Mars would have healed everyone, as group would have bagged up as much treasure as possible, for the dungeon would start to collapse, with Lotus making a triumphant return to save Noelle. Save Mars, I mean. Let's get to where everyone has gotten now, as there would be a awkward silence, till Klaus would have spoken up. I'm so sorry, he shouted, hugging Asta and Yuno. Flashback to during the fight, as Yuno would have made his way after getting hit by Mars next to Klaus. How is he still fighting? Asked Klaus. Isn't it obvious? Yuno replied, pointing at Asta, whose shirt would be ripped off, revealing his muscles. He trained like hell. As Klaus would look in shock. Why? He has so little magic, so why? You mean he has none? What? That commonwealth fighting enemy, more stronger than himself, that even the so-called superior humans couldn't defeat, is still protecting the ones he loves, even with no magic. I see, said Klaus. As we had cut back to the present. I was wrong, Klaus said, tears forming. You're welcome, Asta said, getting squeezed by Klaus. Oh, and Asta, good luck, said Klaus, with Yuno smirking and looking at Asta. You told him, didn't you? Said Asta, deadpan at the look of distrust and betrayal in his brother. Okay, it was an accident, replied Yuno. You idiot! Asta yelled back. What is it? Asked Noelle. Nothing, shouted Asta, bright red. That is well believing this part of Asta met Noelle only. Now, sorry if I'm reading this fast. It's late at night. It's like almost 11, and I'm tired, and I need to watch all 11. And Delicious in Dungeon. I'm at that point in. I've been at this point in an anime fan's life where like I just can't watch shows. Like I kind of keep up with stuff, but like other than like Solo Leveling, I haven't been watching that much anime. I've been reading lots of like manhwa and stuff. I read way more webtoons than I do manga. Anyways, yep. Hope you guys enjoyed part 3. I'm gonna record sometime, I don't know when. Probably not today when I'm recording these. I'm speaking as if these videos are going to be uploaded the day I record them. They're not. This video is going to be taking ages to record because how long recording might be. I don't know how long the recording has been going on for. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye.